We like to compare ourselves to Hollywood. Hey, this Hollywood dad. Hey, why can't we?
This is the voice that I want to carry as a filmmaker.
Whether there's talent in South Africa, we have a lot of talented people in South Africa.
Brilliant people.
Yes. If you went into film for a job,
Sure. You're in the wrong space.
leave.
Sure. What do you think your future self, right, with an Oscar, would be telling you right now?
And there's a difference between a job and a career. There's two different things. And we saw the power of collaboration. If this is truly the only thing that you see yourself doing, then do this.
What's going on, Buffies, and welcome to episode 6 of the Brazen Black podcast, the home of the fearless, African, and unapologetic storytelling. I am your host with the most, Tebatso Mashishi, the black boy with the white skin, and this is the space where we sit down with the future of South African filmmakers who are carving their name in the history books in real time. This episode is brought to you in association with the Brazen Black Art Film Fridays, where each and every last Friday of the month, they showcase new and fresh films from emerging filmmakers. So on today's episode, we are profiling to Ike. And to unpack the film more, in studio, I am joined by VUYANI BILA. So, Buffies at home, please put your hands together and help me welcome Mr. VUYANI BILA.
Yeah.
What's up, VUYANI?
What's up, man?
Are you good?
Easy. I'm easy.
I said your name right.
Oh, wait. Thank
VUYANI.
you. Thank you. I appreciate
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, man, for gracing us with your presence. And
100.
again, welcome to the show.
I'll wait.
So for the Buffies at home who are not familiar with Mr. VUYANI BILA, just please introduce yourself and just take us back to that moment where you fell in love with filmmaking.
Okay. So I'm VUYANI BILA. I am a film writer, director, and a producer. I run a production company called Artsec Productions alongside with my life partner and wife, Matabo BILA, and other creatives who we've collaborated with over the years, like Wotati and Nolutando and Dumi and the like. So I am a Pretoria-based filmmaker. Where can I start? I am, more than anything, outside of being a filmmaker, I am a film scholar. I love studying about films. And that's what I just like to always start with, that I love studying films. And where I fell in love with movies, very young age. I always say it was my dad, who was a migrant worker, who would used to come back with like cassettes every 2 weeks to say, hey, watch this, watch that. And then from there, I started watching movies like Jurassic Park, movies like unheard movies like Island Girl, Thirst, and then popular movies like Harry Potter. And that's where I started falling in love with movies. So it was never inside my head to study movies until one day I was at school and somebody said this could be a career. So but the first time I would say I fell in love with a movie was watching 1995's Casino, but I watched it years later, obviously, by Martin Scorsese. That was the first time I unlocked my brain to be like, yikes, this is what a movie can be, and the type of roller coaster it can take me on, to like, feeling this to that and being an epic 3-hour movie. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell, man.
Sure. I mean, with you watching these cassettes, right? So who would you say was the filmmaker that captured you and was like, okay, this is the voice that I want to carry as a filmmaker?
So this is gonna sound almost like very typical. So after I found out that this could be an actual career, a friend of mine started introducing me to like, you know, films and filmmakers. The first filmmaker I ever learned was Tarantino. He showed me Pulp Fiction, and I was like, yikes. You know? Like, the credits, and it was like, okay, what's going on here? And then another one where I was like, yikes, you know, what is this? Was when I watched Malcolm X by Spike Lee, So that was also another very influential filmmaker. And then when I started, you know, formally learning film, Scorsese, he's easily, if there was ever somebody who, if aliens came to Earth and said, how do you define cinema, or what is the embodiment of cinema, it would be Martin Scorsese. So he was, and then I fell in love with Spielberg as well later on. So so that's like, I just named my Mount Rushmore, but ahead, I would say spiritually ahead of Scorsese is Francis Ford Coppola. Yeah, so those are my
you are mentioning mentioning the top of the cream, right? It's just unfortunate that you didn't mention nobody locally. It's sad. But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
No, I mean it's not that. I'm just being honest about my experience of what influenced me into cinema. Not to say that there weren't any local films that I didn't see that, you know, later as I grew up. There's actually the film that we're referencing today, To Ike, which I shot 10 years ago. It was me and Matabo in cinema at the then Josie Film Festival. We watched Tina Swabili. And it was the first time I saw young filmmakers being able to do it, and that inspired us to make our own films. So it's not that there aren't any South African films that, you know, so Tina Swabili, just the spirit that those guys had to say, we're gonna make a movie on our own, and we're gonna, you know, because I remember they shot it in Alex 7 days and all of those things. And I was like, what's stopping us from doing that? So locally, there's also filmmakers that have influence, but that spirit, more than anything outside of the movie, it really touched me,
I think also it's just unfortunate that our film industry, right, does not really like expose us, you know, to these filmmakers that do exist, that are supposed to be influencing us, that our first reference is, you know, they're Americans, right? So when you guys shot To Ike around that time, so you're saying that you're inspired by Tina Swabili and, you know, being shot in 7 days in Alex. What's stopping us? So what are some of the challenges that you guys you know, went through, if you can remember? So small budget, you know, putting people together. How was that experience?
To Ike, it was a good. I wouldn't even highlight any challenges outside of maybe me and Matabo once off our first ever fight on a film set, but there weren't like challenges. It was more a triumph of like bringing everything together, because we gathered. It was me and then my then partner in the production company, Spiro, and we were like, yo, bro, this is what we're trying to do. And then me and Matabo went to go write a script, and we brought in our own resources, and we saw the power of collaboration, man. From even people like Isana, people like Dumi, the doing attitude, this is what we can do
with what we have.
With what we have. You get what I'm saying? A very small budget, like minuscule. When I look back now to the movies that I'm making with the budgets I have, basically we had no budget. We made it off our own resources, you know. Yet, it carried a lot of heart.
And humbling beginnings, man. Are what shapes like most of us, right? So would you say that that spirit today is still there amongst the young emerging filmmakers?
In general, or just in my group?
No, just in general.
Our industry right now, like I like to say actually, because I've spent time lecturing and I've also spent time facilitating film, working workshops and so on. I always say the talent is there. You know, it's not an issue of whether there's talent in South Africa. We have a lot of talented people in South Africa.
And willing people.
Yes. That's where I think maybe our problem then becomes, we try to take a thing and we try and make it a thing that it's not. I'll elaborate.
Sure.
So what we try to do at an early stage is that people see this industry thing, and then they try to make it a money thing when it's not a money thing yet. And then that makes the creating process or building the industry process hard, because then you're expecting a Lamborghini, but you haven't built like even the car of the frame. Sure. You get what I'm saying? So it's the building that is lacking. And also, we have to also look at it outside of the bubble. It's very hard. It's very easy to maybe say, hey, we don't want to work together or whatever. But the economical circumstances of other people is very different. And to those, that's why I'm now very clear. For the past year, I always say, bro, if you went into film for a job,
sure, you're in the wrong space.
Leave.
Sure.
Leave. Like, there's better things you could do for a job.
So
because this is like, it's hard, man. It's demanding for you to get to it, because here you need to build a career, bro.
Yeah.
And there's a difference between a job and a career. There's two different things. This is where I need to go, and then this is what I need to provide. So if your heart is not I want to build a career, no, this is not the spot.
Chai.
Yeah.
So with the landscape, right, that you just spoke about,
yeah,
that we're experiencing in the industry right now with the strikes and everything. So with the strikes and everything, do you think that for somebody who's aspiring to be a filmmaker, do you think it's a good time to be a filmmaker?
Yeah, it's a good time to have conversations.
Okay. Not to enter the space. That's what I'm asking. For the young emerging filmmaker out there who wants to join the space, is it a good time, or it's a thing of there's better things you can do, man? Yeah. Again,
I will always question the heart. You get what I'm saying? There was once, I forgot where I heard it. It was like, I think it was for actors. I think I was watching something around an actor's workshop, and some actor was like, if this is the only thing that you see yourself doing in life, like there's no option B, C, like you don't see yourself being a chef or police officer or whatever else, right? If this is truly the only thing that you see yourself doing, then do this thing. But if you do have other options,
a plan B,
and you do, then take those, because you won't be able to take this.
Sure.
And those are things that we have to be honest about. That this industry is, man, the honest truth, and I was having it, we've been having this conversation even with my friend over there, Tebatso, is that the South African film industry needs to understand where it is.
True.
We are, even with other producers I'm having, the honest truth is we are at development. Do you know what that means? The development phase of filmmaking. That means we like thinking ourselves as, we like to compare ourselves to Hollywood. Hey, this, Hollywood, that. Hey, why can't we? It's not where we are.
So then,
not where we are.
Then where do
you know where we are?
Sure.
Where we are is we are a third world country. If you look at other third worlds, Tebatso was still telling me, if you look at the Philippines, compare us with those movies. Compare that industry. The Philippines, is India a third world? India.
I think it is. Yeah.
That's where we are. You get what I'm saying?
So where do the institutions now come in equipping, the future filmmakers to say, this is the industry that you are going in, and this is where it's at. So do you feel like the institutions are doing enough to prepare the candidates?
So yeah, I'm glad you actually brought that because again, I said I do have background in like lecturing and facilitating. So my issue with institutions is social responsibility.
Sure.
There, then after. It's kids are graduating, man, by the masses. You get what I'm saying? So have institutions made the environment fertile for when kids do graduate? Where are they going? That's what I'm saying. It's a good time to have conversations. You get what I'm saying? Is there an industry? And I know I'm sounding like doom and gloom, but like it's honest conversations because now we're seeing people, hey, strike, we out there, no. You know, so have these conversations, have honest conversations. Maybe I'm even the wrong person right now to be yapping my mouth, right? But the only thing I can say to institutions is social responsibility to say, how many of our students graduated and where are they now? Have you guys done a follow-up on that? And are they even in industry? You get what I'm saying? And then if not, then how can we fix this and how can we make sure that, unless Vele, your thing is just, look, we just collect school fees and we just train.
That's it.
Then that's that, you know, Bob's your uncle.
So then what do you feel like you would you tell yourself differently? Would you do anything differently?
That's a good question. What I do in terms of what though?
In terms of you know, getting in the industry, you know, how you have maneuvered, you know. Oh, let me phrase it like this. What do you think your future self, right, with an Oscar, would be telling you right now?
Look, man, I burnt my bridges, or burnt my boats rather, burnt my boats long ago, right? I made peace with the life I made, all the choices. For me to have these films, for me to be where I am, is me having had made choices. And these were deliberate choices. You get what I'm saying? Would I do anything different? I'd be lying if I would say yes. Honestly, I did things my way. I love Frank Sinatra's song, you know. I went out on my own sword. Sure. You get what I'm saying? So where I am is by choice. And I decided long ago that I'm going to build a career and this is where I'm going. But only a few people, I'm very privileged. I have to be honest. Only a few people can have that choice to say, hey, because I had a good family backing me up. You get what I'm saying? So, however, with that being said, I was privileged to have family that backed me up. But I wouldn't do things any different. I would have done to Ike the same way. I would have blown the budget there. And that opened the door for the next. Then I got to direct my first Mzansi. Then I got to do the next thing. Then eventually did my first feature film, directed my first feature film, to producing a feature film. And then to where I am today. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I did things my way.
So basically, you're just saying that, you know, once you burn your boats, things just have a way of working themselves out.
Yeah, man. Although things work out different for everybody. Steve Harvey likes to say, jump, you know. However, you must also be fine with the consequences that you might fall and hit your jaw. You know, let's not be naive to say it's gonna work out. Just be okay with the fact that you might get hurt, dude, and that's also okay. If you find out that down the road I might break my jaw, then be fine with that.
Okay. Yeah, man. You're a deep filmmaker.
Yeah, man.
I must say, and you know, I've had the privilege of working with you. You know, back when you know, there was a stock fair. We had a stock fair, you know, a film stock fair where we would raise money, and would shoot something, and that's something that I would really like advise the young filmmakers, to get into that space and do that. Tlagantsang, Stockfella, Shutandi Filimi, and all of that. So we're gonna play a game.
Okay.
Before I let you go, but before we play the game, what would you say sets you apart from other directors?
Yo, how can I answer that? I don't know. The honest answer is I don't know. I haven't.
You're figuring it out.
Yeah, I haven't been on sets with other directors. However.
No, but just you. Like, I get it, you see other directors' work.
Yes.
What sets you apart from them?
Look, I don't know what sets me apart, but I'm authentically myself,
Sure.
and I have discovered myself in making films where I am, and more than anything, man, I genuinely love this thing, and I am a scholar more than anything. Before anything, I am a scholar of film. You get what I'm saying? So when I'm on set, I would like to think I genuinely. There's a certain history in me that is working with what I understand the industry to be.
That's because that's all you can offer.
Yeah.
Right. Yourself, your unique perspective.
Correct.
Sure. So one must go.
Okay. One must go.
Yeah, one must go. That's the name of the game. Spike Lee, Martin Scorsese.
Spike.
Spike goes.
Yeah. That's
All right. Christopher Nolan, David Fincher.
yeah. David Fincher has to go.
Fincher has to go.
Yeah. David Fincher has to go.
Oh my
Chris Nolan has, his body of work. And with Chris, also what sets him apart from David Fincher is that he writes as well. So Chris Nolan, as a writer-director, then offers more than just David Fincher as a director most of the time,
Okay. Moving right along. Denzel Washington, James Cameron.
Denzel Washington or James Cameron?
Yeah, Denzel and James Cameron.
James Cameron has to go, bro.
Has to go.
We're talking about like there's Sidney Poitier and then there's Denzel. So
okay.
We're talking about an institution of black cinema right there, though.
Okay. The Coen brothers, Wes Anderson.
Okay, this is my personal preference. This is not me just, okay, I know my brother's gonna hate me for this one. So
The Coen.
I'll let go of the Coen brothers. I'll keep Wes. I'll keep Wes.
I'm boiling right now.
That's just me. So
all right.
Wes Anderson, he just holds a particularly quirky space. It's blasphemous right now what I just said, but he holds a particular space in my heart.
Okay. All right. Jordan Peele, Denis Villeneuve.
Jordan Peele has to go.
Yeah. These are hot takes. Jordan Peele. Okay. Akira Kurosawa, Francis Coppola.
So now this is another question where heart over knowledge. Okay, so I just got into Kurosawa films, right? And High and Low, man. That is just a masterpiece. I'm just out of respect. So, like Coppola for me, we don't get Spielberg, we don't get Scorsese, we don't get George Lucas because they're all trained under him, right?
So Akira has to go.
No.
Okay, Francis.
Yeah, I'm saying out of respect. Out of respect. I need to acknowledge.
Okay.
I need to acknowledge Francis Ford Coppola. But yeah, he would have to go because Kurosawa is also a backbone and an institution, yeah.
All right, last one before we let you go. Ridley Scott and Tony Scott.
Okay, Tony got to go. Yeah, I mean, I know. But at the end of the day, it was really sitting on that seat. You get what I'm saying? So Tony has to.
Very, very, very controversial takes, Mr. Bila, I must say.
Yeah, no, it's controversial. But there was only one emotional one. But the rest, I feel like negele shao. Yeah.
All right. 2026. What can you expect from Mr. Bila? What are you looking forward most to?
So the biggest thing is The Sharpest Edge coming out cinema nationwide on the 14th of August.
Okay.
That is a film that we've been busy with for close to 10 years now.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it was actually supposed to be the film that came after To Ike, naively so, but it took us 8 years to develop and also then get the funding to do it correctly.
Sure.
So yeah, it's a big movie starring Matabo and Itumeleng and Silas and Lillian Dube and introducing
big
Lorraine.
guys.
Yeah. So it's what we always imagined as Artec Productions, because we want to tell authentically African stories as well. You know, bringing our voice, our cinema to the screen in a big way. So yeah, that's our biggest thing that's coming out. So all roads lead to August, and that's what we're doing. Yeah.
Mr. Bila, thank you very much, man, for firstly for joining us, for bracing us with your presence, you know, wisdom, you know.
Thank you for having me, man. Appreciate you.
You are clearly a scholar, you know, of filmmaking.
Yeah.
And you know, here at Brazen Black, we don't leave people empty-handed. So this is a little something to just say thank you very much. You know,
I appreciate it.
You know, continue being brazen, being, you know, unapologetic, you know, with your stories.
Nice.
And yeah, all the best.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
That brings us to the end of our conversation. But you at home, do not forget to catch To Ike at 6:30 on the 27th of March on the Brazen Black YouTube page. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, share, and tell everybody that To Ike will be airing. From myself, VUYANI Bila, and the rest of the Brazen Black podcast team, say goodbye, catch you next time, and salute BBAFF'ies.